Welcome back to Beyond the Labels, a space where we tell the truth about healing without performing for approval. I'm Anne Alexis, and I guide high achievers, seekers, and spiritualists, especially those who've had to be the strong ones, back into emotional safety, self trust, and real alignment. And today, I'm recording from my healing homestead, a space I'm building for deep restoration, nervous system safety, and the kind of healing you can actually feel in your body. It's also where I host healing retreats for women who are ready to step out of survival mode and come home to themselves. So, if you're watching this with me in the background, gardening, building, resting, living, just know this is intentional. Healing isn't only something we talk about, it's something we practice. And today we're talking about toxic family loyalty. That pressure to stay connected, stay quiet, stay compliant, even when the relationship is harming you. Some of the deepest pain people carry isn't just what their family did, it's what their family convinced them they had to tolerate because it was love, because it was respect, because it was that's your mother or that's your father, because it was we don't turn our backs on family. So you stay, you explain, you forgive too fast, you keep showing up to spaces that cost you your peace, and then you wonder why you feel tired, bitter, numb, or secretly angry. That's not you being ungrateful. That's your body telling the truth. So, what is toxic family loyalty? Well, it's pretty much like it sounds. Toxic family loyalty is when family becomes a rule that overrides your well being, one that increases the amount of toxicity, maladaptive habits, increased negative pressures in your life. It's when loyalty is measured by how much you tolerate, how much you sacrifice, how quiet you stay, how much you keep private, how often you show up, how quickly you get over it. And it often comes with spiritual language too, like honor your parents, be the bigger person, forgive and forget, let it go, move on, blood is thicker than water, yada, yada, yada. You know what's up. But here's the thing. Honor is not the same as access. Forgiveness is not the same as reconciliation. And love is not the same as permission. So today's homestead metaphor is the broken gate. I love homestead language. Healing homestead language is, it's part of a processing, it's part of a healing. Being on a homestead, meeting the challenges that come up. So using this kind of language, not only is it convenient, but it's very real to my everyday and your everyday as well, whether you have a homestead or not. If a gate is broken, if it doesn't latch, if it doesn't hold, if anything can come through anytime, you don't call that love. You call that unsafe. You repair the gate. You reinforce it. You decide what has access to your space. Toxic family loyalty is living with a broken gate, then calling yourself bad for wanting safety. And notice, a gate is not a wall, right? Some of you might be thinking about having saw the podcast about heart walls. We're not talking about walls, we're talking about gates. Something that has an entryway. Something that's designed to create transition. Here's the reframe: loyalty without safety is self abandonment. Loyalty that requires you to betray yourself is not loyalty, it's self abandonment. And if you've been trained to equate love with self abandonment, boundaries will feel like betrayal. But boundaries are not betrayal. Boundaries are the bridges between love and self respect. So there's three signs family loyalty has turned toxic. It's always important to have cues, right? Cues help us know what we're looking for. So after you have these cues, it's going to increase your awareness as to what to look for when you're at your next family event. Let's name it clearly. Number one, you're expected to tolerate what you've never accept anywhere else: disrespect, criticism, control, manipulation, boundary violations. But because it's family, you're told to let it go. I'm just going to repeat it one more time. You're expected to tolerate what you'd never accept anywhere else. Number two, you're punished for telling the truth. When you speak up, you get guilt tripped, you get the silent treatment, character attacks, being labeled dramatic or selfish, or dare I say, ungrateful. So you learn to stay quiet. And number three, the relationship only works when you play your role. So you can belong as long as you don't set boundaries, don't change, don't heal too loudly, don't name what happened, don't need too much. That's not connection. That's conditional acceptance, and that's not love. So let's talk a little bit about what's real. Super, super, super real, right? Which is that it's hard to let go. Like you're sitting here and you're listening to this and you're thinking, yeah, that's all good and that's all real, but I'm gonna do what my mama say, you know, every time. And I'm gonna internalize these things that my brothers and sisters say every time. It's hard because family loyalty is tied to our identities. That's why it's so hard to let it go. Because if we were to let it go, then we would start back at zero wondering, who am I? It's hard because family loyalty is tied to identity. If you were raised to believe good daughters endure, good sons don't complain, we keep things in the family, we don't embarrass people, we don't cut people off, then choosing yourself can feel like you're doing something morally wrong. But your nervous system doesn't measure morality. Your nervous system measures safety. And if your body is bracing every time you engage, then that's not love, that's survival. So, how do we know? How do we know if our body is bracing, right? How do we know that what the signals feel like that are not love, but that are survival? We can do a body signal check. What does your body say before you say yes? So before you agree to the visit or the call or the holiday or the group chat, check your body. Do you feel dread? Do you feel tightness? Do you feel pressure to perform? Do you feel like you have to armor up? That's your body telling you the truth. And you're allowed to listen. So let's take this opportunity to move through a 60-second practice. This practice is loyalty to the self. So try this with me. Just inhale slowly. And then exhale longer than you inhale. Now say, I can love my family without losing myself. I can love my family without losing myself. I honor what they survived, and I choose what I will carry. I honor what they survived, and I choose what I will carry. I release loyalty that requires my suffering. I release loyalty that requires my suffering. I am allowed to be safe. I am allowed to be safe. Now I want you to ask, what would loyalty to myself look like this week? Let it be one small thing, a time limit, a topic boundary, not answering immediately, leaving when disrespect starts, choosing distance, choosing support outside the family. So here are some real life examples of what healthy loyalty sounds like, because we don't want to leave anything on a down note. So let's get into the positives. What are we looking for? How do we determine if the situation right now is healthy? Healthy loyalty sounds like a few clean sentences that you can use, but not only ones that you use when you're also now looking to hear if other people use. I love you, and I'm not available for that conversation. I'm going to end the call if you speak to me like that. I'm not discussing my healing with people who mock it. I'm coming for 2 hours, then I'm leaving. I'm taking space. I'll reach out when I'm ready. And I'm choosing peace this season. Sorry, not sorry. You don't have to convince anyone. You just have to be consistent. That's all. Just say no. So, if this episode hit something tender in you, I want you to know you're not a bad person for wanting safety. You're not disloyal for choosing peace. If you're ready to go deeper, start with my alignment assessment. And from there, you'll receive your personalized healing blueprint. So you're not guessing what you need or trying to heal with generic advice. And if you want to talk it through with me, you can always book a 15-minute consultation. We'll look at your family dynamics, the role you've been carrying, and what boundaries would actually feel aligned and sustainable for you. So until next time, may your loyalty return to the one person you're guaranteed to live with forever. You.